Hello and welcome to the Pink Blossom Crafts channel. My name's Freya and this is my first video with my face in it. I've done a lot of TikTok shorts on here before, but I just thought I'd throw myself out there and put my face on here because I'm bored with nothing better to do. So today's video is quite a cool one, I think. Actually, there's not very much to it. It's just the same thing over and over again. But please don't leave, I'm joking. But I thought it would just be nice to make a laptop case for my laptop, which was kindly gifted to me by my father for Christmas. And I just thought, seeing as it's brand new and so kindly gifted to me, I would make something to protect it. So to make the bag, I'm using 2 skeins of cotton. The first one is, oh my look, I can't read what this says. Alopia Crafts Recotton, I think it says. I don't know, it was gifted to me kindly by a friend for my birthday last year. But it is 100 grams worked with a 4 to 5 millimeter hook, and that is in the shade UR10. And then the second skein I'm using is the Handicraft Cotton by Carole King, and it is worked in nothing apparently. There's no instructions for hook usage, but it's in the colour white, and I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook. So let's get started. Hello, Editing Freya here, and I've time travelled back to severely and sincerely apologise for the use of portrait in the next few clips. I don't know why I did it. I think I was just really nervous about making my first YouTube video because I have never actually spoken on camera before, so that's probably why. And also I apologise for my speech patterns because, as I said, I've never recorded a video before, so I didn't know what I was doing. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and once again, sorry. Okay, so I've chained enough for the laptop, and I just hope that it's big enough, because I know when you do the chain it does get smaller when you eventually crochet it, so fingers crossed. Okay, we're back. So I've done this much, and I've got some pros and cons, I guess you'd call it. So what I like about this is, you know, the actual look of the cotton, and I love the checkered effect. But my only problems with it are, one, it's a bum to work with cotton. 2 is I'd rather have blue on blue or white on white, not crisscrossing like that. And 3, here where I've increased, it goes nicely into the blue, but over here it's just going to end up going into the white again, so I'll have extra white in one of the squares, and I don't want that. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma, but I'll come back once I've worked out what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have fixed it. Look, one end blue, one end white, and I fixed the issue of overlapping, and it is all good. Now to try and do the rest of it. So I am at the point now where it's starting to, you know, fold over and starting to actually form a, not a cylinder, but something similar to a cylinder. Yeah, but I did have a concern that if I didn't decrease at the sides it wouldn't work, but it seems to be doing great so far, so I'm pretty pleased, and I'll just keep going on with it. Hello! So I took a break to go have a shower and have my dinner, and I thought it was a good opportunity to talk about my goals for 2025. But before I do, I thought you'd be curious how far I've got, and I've done quite a fair bit. But anyway, So my goals for 2025 are 1, to try and use a lot more natural fibre. I mean, I've started using cotton, as you can see, but the only problem I feel with that is it slows my crochet down quite a bit. I'm not necessarily a speedy crocheter, but I'm definitely not a slow one, so I just find that it's quite hard to work with, but I do love the look of it, so I might try and invest more in that. I also want to use more wools and make woolen jumpers, because I'm really into intarsia and Fair Isle, but I just haven't had the courage to do it yet. And I think my second goal of 2025 is to get into more vintage knitting, because I've always loved it. You know, I have countless books on the subject and, you know, I spend my days searching the internet for these things, but I really want to get into it more. And I want to get more into pattern drafting for these vintage knits, because a lot of the time they're one size fits all and they just expect that you know how to create a bigger pattern with the information given. So that's kind of what I want to get more into. And I think my last goal is to try and learn how to use my knitting machine that I got for Christmas. It's a Centro 48 pin machine, and I have tried to use it, but I think I'll make a video on it to build up the courage to try and learn how to use it properly. But yeah, so that's my kind of goals for 2025. Oh, and definitely to get into making more patterns. I mean, I might even make a pattern for this laptop case because I'm doing it freehand, but yeah, that's my goals, and I will get back to you when I have done a bit more work on my laptop case. Okay, so I'm back. It's the next day, but I'm not a happy bunny, because I was happily crocheting along and then I spotted a mistake, which means I've had to rip it back like 3 or 4 rows, which doesn't sound like a lot, but because it's all in one round, it's not just 2 different panels, it means it's a lot of work I've done. So you can see here, it looks how it should do, but then I noticed here that there was only 2 white, and I thought, hang on a minute, and it turns out back here I missed a stitch. So I want to cry. But anyway, time to undo. Hello, I'm back, and it is a few days later, unfortunately, because I went on a trip to Liverpool, which I think I'm gonna upload a video about, because I did take a few clips of what I was doing, but I have actually got to the point on my cover where it is big enough for my laptop, so I'll show you. And before I talk about it, I'd just like to say, excuse the state of my bed. It's in the process of being, you know, changed covers and stuff, so ignore that. But look, it is now big enough for my laptop, and I'm quite pleased with it. I'm loving the design, but my just one query in my head is how I'm going to make it closable. Do I make a triangle that pulls down and closes with a button? Do I add a zip? Do I leave it like this, like just open, or what do I do? So I'm still struggling to figure that out. So I'm kind of at a loss of what to do, because I don't know how I'm going to install the zip if I do add a zip, is my query. Yes. And also, I haven't actually worked on it since Friday, because as I said, I went to Liverpool and I didn't want to bring it with me in case I got to this point and didn't have anything to finish it with. So that's the point that I'm at. And I'll get back to you when I've figured it out. Okay, so I'm finished, but unfortunately I couldn't decide how I wanted to finish the bag. But I was scrolling through TikTok and I did see a lot of people leaving the bag open, and I thought, that will be easier. And I mean, I can always add a zip in the future if I change my mind and it's not working for me. You know, the laptop's not staying in the bag properly or something like that, and I can add the lining. But I think for now I'm going to leave it as is. And here it is. It's so pretty. I mean, one thing about me is blue is my absolute favourite colour, so I definitely love this. So my final thoughts on the bag are, it was quite an easy pattern to follow. I mean, I made it up in my brain, so I did have some hardships in the beginning with working out the maths of it, but besides that, it was really easy. And as I say, I love the pattern of it. It's really pretty, and I think I might make myself a matching bag to go along with it, to bring around, you know, to town with me or on the train, things like that. But besides that, I think we're finished. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Pink Blossom Crafts, and I'll see you later.